So, hey there. So, I wanted to ask, how can we make our SEO AI optimized? My advice to you would be not to use AI at all for optimization, unless
Yeah.
you're talking about like using a service like Surfer, which I think that they actually use some AI, but they weren't using AI. But well, anyway, it kind of depends like what you call AI. But like for example, Surfer, it's a service and it's technical and it's automatically like telling you how to like optimize and like what kind of keywords you need to put in there and how many times to use them and stuff like that. So instead of like trying to use AI to optimize your content, I would say use something like Surfer instead. Um, I believe they just released a new pricing plan, which is actually more expensive, but the entry point is cheaper, which is cool for beginners if you're just kind of getting used to optimizing stuff. And yeah, it's a
And
cheaper entry point. Or you could also
the
look into something like Pop, Kyle Roof's Pop. I think it's quite a bit cheaper than Surfer, but it might not be as user friendly or whatever. I'm not even really sure. I haven't used it in quite a while, but people still use that one as well. What were you gonna say?
Surfer also, I don't know if it's out like publicly yet, but they do have a done for you AI auto optimized option for articles.
Yeah, I haven't played
That if
with
it's
that
not
yet.
available yet, it's coming out.
I haven't played it.
So
They also have a thing. I don't know if this is what you're talking about, but not the completely done for you thing, but they have another AI thing now where you know how normally you have your keywords on the right side and they're all either red or yellow or green, telling you how many times you
oh,
have to
it'll
use
shove them
them.
in there.
Well, it has a thing now where it'll actually go through that and it will use AI to be like, hey, you could add this one here. It
Okay.
says these are all the keywords that you still need to add based on the same panel they have on the right, but it'll just go through kind of like Grammarly does, and it'll say
Yeah.
this is a good spot to put this one in. Do you want to do it? And you can put like
It's like
confirm,
Link
and it'll just
Whisper. Yeah,
yeah, it's like Grammarly or
that's cool.
Link Whisper pretty much, which is that's using AI. But yes, that's part of their other larger service. But yeah, as far as like ChatGPT goes or something like that, I wouldn't be using it to optimize quite yet. You could use it. We like using like AI for like ideas and stuff. So it's like you could use ideas for like helping you think of like a nice like H1 or a nice some H tags. You could like here's the key. Here's my article. Here's my here's some of my keywords. Like I want a section about this. What could I call my H2 heading about it? And they can have a nice H2 heading for you. But I wouldn't, as far as like optimization goes, I would stick to using something like Server or Pop, not
Yeah.
not pure AI.
Now like I spoke with the head of content bit the other day, and he said he's working on something where you could
Very bad
have
connection.
AI edited or AI content edited by them, but that's not out quite yet either. And I think that if you're asking this question, at least at this point in time, a lot of people want to imagine that using AI content is this like kind of simple way to get things done. But I would argue that at this point in time, and especially after like our interview with Robert Nietschel and having messed around with it myself, I would say at this point in time, um, trying to really automate things like optimization of content or content itself using AI is actually incredibly complex. And it's not really dialed in quite yet. So while I think a lot of people are hoping that there's like this easy way out, content creation, at least at this point in time, still seems to be resonating better in the SERPs if it's done the old way. And I mean, like I've been messing with it for close to 3 months now. And I haven't found exact quality recipes for content that does really well in the SERPs. I think still uh, human created content optimized through Surfer that brings new ideas to the discussion, et cetera, is still the best way to go, at least at this
For
point in
sure.
time.
Yeah, like we're not knocking AI content. Yeah,
No, it's
we're
cool.
using AI to create content or to help create content. But like Nick said, human
It's
writers are
work.
still the best.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
especially when
it's
you
yeah.
come to like optimization, which is much more technical than just the content itself, then you're getting into it's AI is not ready for this quite yet. This is why I was talking with someone in the group the other day, and I made this post, which is kind of a little bit of a bait post saying, "Hey, it's a hard pill to swallow. Not everything in SEO can
Yeah.
be can be automated," and it's true. There's a lot of awesome stuff you can automate now, or you can automate in a different way. Instead of using kind of low skill workers, you can use AI to do it instead. But really, you're just kind of switching the automation around, right? So instead of using your cheap writer, you're using AI to do
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
you already had it automated, but you had the skilled worker coming in later and doing the skilled stuff, which AI is not ready for. Maybe it will
No.
be one day. Maybe it won't even be that long. Maybe it'll be like 5 years or something. But I don't know. We'll see. As far as right now goes, this stuff is it's a lot more complex than some give it credit for. Even though we like to say SEO is simple, content and links, and when you do understand it, it does get a bit easier. But as far as what
Yeah, I was
AI is, the language models go, generative language models, it doesn't seem like something they're necessarily equipped to do super well quite yet. But maybe
yeah.
eventually someone will just prompt the crap out of them and get a nice like baseline setup. I don't
We'll
know.
see.
But I haven't seen anything yet. I've seen some people posting about it, but every time I go in to look into it and play with it myself, I'm like, nope, nope, nope.
No.
Not close.
Yeah. I was speaking with a client recently about it and kind of explaining like things that I'm working on, trying to, figure out recipes um, in aspects of using AI for content generation. And he's like, "Oh, that's really smart because like you'll be able to like pump out content and charge quite a bit of money for it, and it won't cost anything." And I'm like, "No, it costs the entire like, setup of the team, which is just like a different kind of generation of content versus having like human writers. Like then the job description is basically different. Like you've got prompt writers, editors, etc. And then on top of that, it's like the R&D to get something like that not only written but then to resonate in the SERP seems to have like its own kind of downfalls, at least at this point in time too. So it's kind of funny. It's like everybody is expecting AI content to just be like this easy kind of movement, and right now it's literally, I mean, like even when we were talking to Robert, and that's probably somebody that I think, wouldn't you say he's probably been working on this longer than
He's at
anybody
like the
that we know?
forefront of AI, just doing some cool stuff
Yeah,
with it, as far as I'm
but
concerned.
yeah, but
That's not to
even
say you
he
can't use
says,
it. Like people are still doing really well with AI, pumping out AI content, but it's kind of like these churn and burn risky projects.
yeah,
And
exactly.
a
It's
lot most
R&D. It's not
yeah,
for
exactly. It's more
monetization,
like
like to
R&D. It's
sell
like an
it. Like,
experiment
yeah,
they're
it's
doing,
R&D. Yeah,
or seeing if they can make some quick cash or whatever. But yeah, most of the time when they're doing this, they're just spamming it out. Tons of content, very high amount of it, very high topical authority, but most of it's not optimized at all. Like
yeah.
very like minimal optimization. And so it is what it is. If they could automate it, they would, and they would be,
Dude,
you know,
I don't think they'd be talking about it. They'd just be doing it and, getting the cash cow as quickly as possible for the time that, the little window that it's going to last.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to check the links below for more info on this topic, as well as other cool stuff like SEO case studies, our Facebook community, and our link building services. And like always, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thanks, and happy ranking.